video is sponsored by Lightailing. I'm going to be adding their Lightailing LED kit Lego set 76414 Expecto Patronun. So if you haven't already checked out my latest series, it's in the background, the skyscraper. Make sure to check it out, but for now let's get to this video. Oh, and the lights, we need to build this, so let's get into the build. This was supposed to be a bit of an ASMR, but unfortunately the aircon is running in the background because I live in the UK and there's a mini heat wave and we can't deal with heat. So the set comes with the 2 instruction books because you can build either or. I bought 2 sets so I can build both eventually. There is 1 printed tile and 8 bags, no stickers, yippee! And 2 minifigures. Let's get into the time lapse of getting this bad boy built. It was a really straightforward build process, starting off with the base and then adding on the details with the printed tile at the front there. So this is the end of bag 3 and that is the base complete. Time to start on the top bit. The process for building the top was equally nice and simple. It had loads of the components with the studs on the side. I don't know the name of them, but this was the end of bag 5. So the next thing to do was to build the neck. So let's get to it. Really do love this blue. I don't know the name of the blue, but it's just such a nice colour. I think it looks so good. Now just working on the head and the legs. Attach the body to the stand and then add all of the legs on, and then this bad boy is looking really good. Just finishing off clipping the bottom bits of the front legs and we are finished. Now, time to take it all apart. Let's just take a quick look at it all finished before I destroy it or make it 10 times better. That's enough of that. Lightailing LED kit, let's go. So let's get this box open and let's take a look at the contents inside. At first glance, we've got the battery box, we've got the instruction book, and then we got the big daisy chain of lights, which has a USB port on it as well, so it can plug into the battery box or it can plug into a USB outlet. Let's follow these instructions and let's see if we can get it done. First step is to test the lights and they're looking good. So I have sped this video up quite a lot because we're going to try and power through this. It was quite a labour intensive and timely process. The first step is to, after testing the lights, so technically the second step is to remove from the stand and remove certain parts. So that is what I've done. I've taken all the legs off. It is quite a fiddly process, as I already said, but one thing I sort of did find with this is once you've done it once, it's actually really easy to understand and do it again. But obviously once you've done it once, the chances are you're not actually going to be doing it again. So it is one of them. So it's a little bit sort of fiddly and complicated to start with, but nothing that I couldn't get my head around, so therefore I would probably say that most other people would be able to figure this out quite simply as well. So a couple of strips on the bottom and then a little LED light in the chest piece, and then a lot of the time and work is just in running the cables and hiding the cables to the best of our ability. So once they are running and the cables are hidden the best that we can, it is time to run in the next sort of chain of lights, and these go up the neck and into the head that light up the eyes and the bit in between the eyes. I'm not sure what that is. So again, it's just removing more components, more parts in order to run the cables in. So the first lot was really simple. So the bottom strip lights, and this bit was really simple. In the next section, I did make a bit of a mistake. It clearly states in the instruction book to use the long cables, and I was looking at them and I think these are both the same length. What it is there's 2 different chains, one longer chain with 2 outputs on and one shorter chain with 2 outputs. So a bit of a user error. It clearly stated in the instruction. It was just me and a bit of misunderstanding. So we're just going to pop all the lights in the eyes and in the head now. And then once again, as I say, it'll just be a case of hiding the wires the best that we can. So it was at this point, this is where I made my mistake. So as you can see, there's one bunched up bit of cables still together. They was actually the long ones, and I used one of these other 2, which were the shorter ones. I did obviously pick up on that mistake and then undid it later on off camera, so that everything was the right length of cable and not cause me any more issues. Again, the legs were relatively straightforward. It's just 2 lights, but again, the time and the difficulty is just within running the cables, try and make it look as neat as possible. Don't show the other 4 legs as it's just quite repetitive. So the final thing to do was to test it. I think it looks fantastic. At this angle you can't see any of the lights, and look at that with all the lights on. It looks absolutely brilliant. Do you know what? I really don't like installing these lights. I find it quite fiddly and time consuming, but I do love the end result. So if anyone wants to send me any more lights, I will keep doing them. I'll give my honest feedback the best that I possibly can, but I highly recommend these. The link will be in the description and in the comments. And if I get the correct information, there should be a code as well for you to obtain 10% discount. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.